What is up, YouTube? Hope you guys having a wonderful day. You know, as a as a young guy, middle age, I look back into my adolescent years and my early teenage years of from 16 to 21, and I can honestly say that I was nothing but a pansy. And what made me a pansy was the fact that I was always living in fear. I was always worried about disrespect. I was always worried about confrontations. I was always worried about what not to say and what to say in social situations. And in reality, all I had to do was literally just live in the moment and think about my answers whenever I crossed that bridge instead of like trying to plan everything that came my way. And that kind of like overloaded my cortisol levels to the point where I just didn't want to live no more. I just didn't want to live life or deal with people or talk to people. Nowadays, it's like I went through those experiences, and I'm just not I'm not like worried as much as like I was when I was a young guy. And I'm at a point in my life where I've like matured so much from what I've been through. Is like I can see when a person has good intentions or when a person is living in fear. And most people who live in fear are usually insecure to the point where they project their insecurities onto you, to where you can't help but not think that, am I doing something wrong? Am I saying something wrong? But then when you have self-confidence, it kind of makes you think like there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that they never liked you from the beginning. Whether it's your personality, your hobbies, or just the way how you physically look, they just never liked you, and it didn't matter what you did or what you said that would change their minds because they would always see you as a bad person or the villain, right? And this made me think like, damn man, just imagine living life with fear. You can't do nothing, you're scared to change, and you just sit there and just act like a victim all day, and not think about how to get out of the situation. you know as something I've heard many times, and that's overcome and adapt. And truthfully, that has helped me a lot. Like, get yourself into a situation where you're not messing up in the law, in the judicial system. Like, for example, like, I was sleeping in my car at one point and my starter broke. To save money, I changed my starter at a gym parking lot, and it took me like 10 hours. Unfortunately, I didn't get it fixed. I ended up towing it to my mechanic, but I mean, I did it, and I struggled in the process. So that made me, get uncomfortable. It made me feel good. Made me reciprocate self confidence that I can go back in my mind and be like, oh yeah, I got no problem. I have certainty that my future is bright just because I have receipts of uncomfortable situations that I overcame. That's what makes life so I wouldn't say so amazing, but what makes life so fruitful when you just change the way how you see things instead of like worrying as soon as you go to a new environment, or worrying that you're meeting a new person. When you realize this, your life will change drastically. But sometimes it's just environmental factors that make us so stressed out. Maybe it's our job, maybe it's family, friends, maybe it's the food we're eating, or maybe it's just something that we haven't sealed up in our minds that we might need to go to a professional to go see. But who knows? All I'm saying is that most men that I've came across are just, are either stuck in a phase or just, don't wanna don't wanna change for the better. But who am I to say? Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later.